Hi guys, I'm dressed up really pretty because I'm going to a party in a bit, but I just wanted to give a quick review of decolletage. No, of Call of Duty Modern Warfare because I'm really behind on the game of Call of Duty Modern Warfare, both versions, the original trilogy and the newer version. Um, but I had the itch to play a first-person shooter, and I just knew that Call of Duty was a relatively well received franchise. Um, just the preamble no one cares about. I opted to play Modern Warfare because I'd seen some clips and it just looked cool. And I slightly fell in love with some of the characters before I even played it. So I brought the original trilogy and then I brought the new trilogy when it came on sale because my god, it was so expensive considering I'm just playing the campaign, not playing the multiplayer, just the campaign. I was like, still everything was nearly still 40 quid each for the newer version, and I'm there going, I just wanna play the barely 8 hour long campaign, whatever. And I have thoughts and feelings about it, which I want to say overall I love both versions. I loved the original trilogy. It has some downsides, it has some good sides. I love the newer version, it has some positives, perhaps some negatives. And they both nicely overlap on what I prefer and what I don't, and they counteract each other nicely. So talking about the original trilogy, I love the stories. The characters were great, they were just a bit, I don't know, two-dimensional, unlike the newer version where you feel like you get to know people like Soap, Ghost, Price, Gaz. I feel like in the original trilogy you don't get the same connection as. I don't know if it's just because like it doesn't have as many. I don't need cutscenes to enjoy a game, but I don't know if it's because it didn't have like as much story filler. The other issue I had with it, I'll get to the positives soon, don't you worry, was that because you're switching between the, let's say, European campaign versus the American campaign all the time, I found it hard to follow the flow, keep flowing the story. Like I knew it was going on both sides, but the flow didn't seem to mesh very well. On the other hand, it did make it very interesting, the different aspects and the different ways you were fighting. Did not enjoy having to spend 10 minutes every map to find a long range weapon because I'm really good with sniper rifles in games and hate close combat, which is amazing considering I wanted to play a first person shooter. Yes, I'm an idiot. Um, but I really enjoyed the story. The map layouts, I like the claustrophobic, very small maps that have a clear path. Like, I like open world games, but I have slowly fallen out of love with them. I prefer a nice path to find, which some of the newer games, they were a lot more, they weren't like open world, well, they were, because you're like, there's not a path, you can do it in any order, which makes it open world. It depends on your definition of true open world or not. And it was just a bit, those missions that were big open spaces where I didn't know the correct order to do things, and then if you failed, it really sucked. I didn't enjoy it as much as the close quarters going for a bunker or whatever. Didn't make it any easier because the amount of times I had to replay the same bit because I didn't realise there was an enemy around the corner and I bashed them with a gun because I don't care if swapping weapons is quicker than reloading. I'm going to reload whilst crouched in a corner. That and if I couldn't find my crouch button. I didn't change my keys around. This is a me problem. And it took me until I think the second or third game to realise that C worked as crouch rather than control, which just drops you to the floor. I'm not a smart cookie. I know. Pretty good though. Um, but yeah, I enjoyed playing as Roach throughout the first series, though him being a basically mute character, I think that's one of the reasons I didn't feel like I interacted with the characters a lot because you're playing a mute character. Um, or a character with very little dialogue. I don't actually remember him having any dialogue. I might be totally wrong. Um, but the concept of him was great. The story, being set on fire after thrown in a pit and shot, whilst you're pretty sure the character you're currently inhabiting is alive, is not something I enjoy doing twice. Luckily, I only had to do it once. Soap died another way. Either way, sad times. I say the story was great. I liked it. Uh, I would love to say more and be positive about it, but because I played it all first, it's kind of, it is forgotten. I say like that, like the guns, liked Price, great dude. I did think some characters were going to be more prolific in those three because they were hyped up a bit more in my mind, but that might be just my own misconceptions of it, not so much failing around the internet. but it was sad to see them go after one episode, aka Ghost. I'm sorry, guy in a mask looks cool. But yeah, I better say, because of the two campaigns, I kept losing track of the Americans, basically. It was very hard to follow that bit for me and keep track of who I'm playing. I will say that the original trilogy does have my favourite mission on it, which is the Chernobyl mission, where you're ghillie suiting, climbing through stuff, shooting a guy, stealthy, which is stuff I enjoy, to be fair. Did not enjoy the last bit so much of that part of the mission, because I chose a really bad place to snipe. I went on the Ferris wheel. I don't know if anyone else chooses that option. And it was great, and I got to the end, and I didn't realise there were like 3 or 4 dudes all stood underneath where I was sniping from. And obviously I get called to go pick up the guys, take him to the helicopter. I'm sorry, I forgot his name. It's been a while. I jumped down, and just a group of guys instantly kill me, and I'm there going, why? So then I had to redo it, and because I don't want to get annoyed, but I was just a bit annoyed. I forgot. I kept dying. I had to do that mission so many times, but I had fun. And even after playing it, I was just like, that was a damn good mission. Like, I had so much fun. And then, let's say, third game was great. Sad times when Soap died. And Price, oh my god, how Price didn't turn into a psychopathic killer, I don't know. Throughout all that. I say I loved it. And I probably would download and replay them if the game files weren't so bad for the campaign. Seriously, if that game studio just wants to take all their campaigns and stick them in like one continuous game, I would rebuy it just for the campaigns. That's how much I enjoyed that. And then the newer ones I enjoyed as much, and I'll do the exact same. Though, shout out to Modern Warfare 2 in the newer series. The first game I've played since I was tiny, where I actively looked for cheats online to pass the level. Once again, it is a me problem. I played all this game as a regular, not recruit, regular, so the second easiest version. No, the second from easiest. Recruit is the easiest, regular is the next one up. And that level with the tank, oh my god. Like, even more annoyed to find out Graves did not die in that tank after trying to blow him up. But my issue was, it took me forever to work out where the C4 was. I don't know why. There were orange crates, very obvious. I know I've just skipped game 1, ignore me for a minute. I just need to... and then when I did, I finally blew up them, and I actually blew up with a RPG rocket first, because I found one lying around. It auto-saves after each time you successfully hit the tank, which is wonderful, because if I had to start that mission from the beginning, I would never have finished that game. But my first autosave had me pointed at a wall with the tank directly behind me and like 15 dudes over onto the right. And I had to run across the right, dodging past the 16 dude, jump into a house, grab some C4, jump out the house, run to the next house, grab that C4, get onto the roof before they all realise where I went, and sit and pray. And I did that so many times. That's the first time I had to stop playing a game, walk away, contemplate life choices, look up cheats for basically an hour, find out there weren't any, cry. I did complete it. I was really surprised when I did, to be fair, and I can't say I love that level at all, but it was great. Also shout out to Modern Warfare 2 in that case, the level Alone, which I read somewhere that a lot of people don't like it because it's like the stealth mission where you're guerrilla warfare. I loved it. I mean, it might be because I had a 6 foot whatever Mancunian whispering into my ear every 20 minutes, keeping me going. And honestly, that worked. But the Soap Ghost banter throughout the entire section really just made me feel like the characters were characters. They were 3-dimensional at that point. Plus the whole stealth, once again, I like stealth sort of style. There's nothing scarier than being in a first-person shooter without a gun, may I add, because I didn't know what the NPC paths were and I was stressing myself out trying to not get hit by them. But honestly, I loved it. I know a lot of people didn't. Could have done without it reappearing a bit later as stealthy guerrilla warfare. Accidentally bypassed the entire thing whilst running away from the troops the first time as I hit the end of cutscene. Good times, can't complain. But Modern Warfare 2 was great as they introduced like people like Soap and Ghost, Alejandro, Hua. It was just a good time. Like, I enjoyed it. The story was great. I'm gonna say I enjoy it like 400 times. Um, Also decent playtime. Like, that was a 12-hour campaign for me. So most people would have completed it quicker because I did struggle on the tank for quite a while. Um, so there's that. But 12 hours of story for, I think I spent about 20 quid in the end because I was on sale. I can accept, I can live with. I loved it. The first game, I think I played it in about 8 hours, but it was a bit easier. No weird stealth sections to kill time. And Price and Gaz's interactions were great. Um, the third game, on the other hand, I swear I had the shortest campaign. Still only took me 8 hours to complete because they had these really weird missions. They're not weird missions, they were gun-free missions, which I kind of like parts of it. I like the fact you could find guns and if you died when it reset, you could choose which guns you wanted to use, which explosive crossbow in a stealth mission is always fun. But I could never work out if it wanted me to play full stealth or if it wanted me to go in guns blazing, because it's like a bit of both. If you alert people, the guy in your ear will say, oh, you should hide and wait for them to back off. But if you try doing it stealthy and you got caught, you got swarmed and absolutely murked. On the other hand, I did find out that there is a roof you can lie on, hide behind a chimney pot, and life is so much easier. I just didn't enjoy those missions as much, just because of knowing that if I pass, there's no convenient quick saves. There's a lot less quick saves. Gaz falling out of a helicopter with Nikolai was hilarious though, so the driving the car a bit now. So I think the third version of the 3 was probably my least favourite. And if I had to replay the series, I wouldn't, apart from it's the ending of the story. The issue is, the story doesn't end. Because Makarov, who gets hyped up towards the end of the second game, and for the whole third game, oh, he's such a tough person, tough cookie, it's going to be hard, or whatever, he runs off. And he kills Soap. Spoilers, by the way. He kills Soap. You have to deal with that. You have to listen to Ghost break whilst he says Johnny really sadly, and I'm like, ah. And runs off into the sunset, and I'm like, oh, maybe in the multiplayer campaign, which I'm not playing because I'm not opening my computer up to multiplayer after reading some stuff, and also I don't really want to play multiplayer. I thought maybe they get dealt with there, and I'm looking on the wiki, and it's like, no, he's just still injured in action or whatever. It's we have no idea what happens to him. Going, well, when I played, as he ran off, a train came. So my fan theory, he got hit by a train. And if he didn't, he got hit by a train. And Soap's still alive. Well, he's in the fan fiction. Yeah, unfortunately, I'm a bit of a shipper, and but that's not what you're here for. Let's say, overall, I enjoyed the games. I would love for them to maybe, and Price killing Shepard just, I would love for them to either make, I mean, I don't know if I want them to make a fourth game because there's not much they're going to do. It'd just be killing off Makarov. And I don't want to have to buy a big game to do that, to find out it's just going to be a very small campaign. So I don't know what I want. I want the story completed, and maybe I'd watch someone's playthrough of it to save my time and money. But I just want them to be happy. I didn't want them to die this time. I wanted them all to survive because they all survived. None of them survived in the last game. But yeah, it's just one of those things. I wasn't expecting to enjoy it as much as I did. Like, if I was to rank them, give a numerical score, the first trilogy, which I'm going to score as a whole because all the games were pretty much not the same, but they felt the same throughout. There was not a huge difference. I would happily say they were a really solid 8 out of 10 for my enjoyment playing. Now, for the newer ones, I have to do it separately just because yeah. I think the first game was a 7 out of 10. Second game was 9 out of 10. Like, it was basically perfect for me, for what I wanted. And then the third one was a 6 out of 10, and like only buy it to complete the story and see the really cute sad cutscene of them on the hill in the Scottish Highlands spreading Soap's ashes. So, and yeah, I would love to play more games with these people. I love to play as like in fact I love to play a game with these people as like a full game and not just a quick 6 hour campaign. Like a 60-hour game with ghosts talking to my ear and directing me through a scary stealth section would be like perfect. Just remember, guys, I'm asexual, and that's what I want. But no, it was a good time. Like, I can't complain. I don't have a huge experience in these games. Like, haven't played any of the other Call of Duty games. There might be best ones out there for me. I just wanted something first person shooting, and I heard they were good, and it looked decent. I'm currently now going to play through Halo. Apparently, as recommended by some of my colleagues. Apparently, I'm currently playing Halo Reach, and I got told that's the wrong game to start on. I'm there going, okay. So now I have to work out that, but that's another video. But yes, that's my Modern Warfare review. I'm pretty sure you guys got nothing from that, but definitely, if you haven't played, I would. Though, the game size is bloody criminal. I think it wasn't so bad for the original, because of course older games are slightly smaller, but nearly 200 gigabyte for I think the third game with a 6 hour campaign. I don't care if it's all in the multiplayer layer. That's atrocious. That could have all been kept online. Didn't need to be on my game. And also, Modern Warfare 2, you have to load up the game and then select campaign, which closes the game to load up it in campaign mode. That is just weird. And my laptop didn't like it so much, so I don't know. But yeah, that's it. That's all. Thanks for watching. Like, comment, subscribe. Bye.